We've got a loaded episode of Golden State Warriors today coming at you here on a Thursday, including Draymond Green, Jordan Poole fight at practice. We'll get going after that in a second. Jordan Poole drama as well as a whole. We know he's up for a contract extension. Will that happen? And how soon can we expect to see Klay Thompson on the basketball court? Obviously, he's had a bunch of injuries over the last couple of years. We'll look into that as well. Also wanted to thank you guys for 46,000 subscribers. We're going to give you guys some shout-outs later on in the show as well. Loaded show here on Golden State Warriors today. I'm your host, Harrison Graham, and it all is about to start right now. Warriors today coming at you here on a Thursday. I am Harrison Graham. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to this channel. Like we mentioned off the top, a loaded show, and got to start with the drama. Draymond Green, Jordan Poole throwing down. What the hell is going on? Charania reports that Draymond Green forcibly struck Jordan Poole in an altercation at practice on Wednesday. I mean, kind of sounds like he just punched the guy. Here's Shams for the Athletic here. He says, when a heated interaction with guard Jordan Poole escalated, Green forcefully struck Poole and needed to be separated swiftly, sources said. Green and Poole came out chest to chest, with both players pushing and shoving each other prior to Green's escalation of the physical altercation, those sources said. The Warriors stopped practice, tried to settle nerves in the team's locker room area, but it appeared that internal discipline is imminent. Poole and Green are known to regularly get into verbal arguments, but the team's management and leadership believes a line was crossed. Listen, we know Draymond Green is an emotional player, right? Jordan Poole, kind of plays with a bit of an attitude as well. These are two big personalities, but you got to control your emotions, especially if you're Draymond Green. You've been around. This is just immature behavior to throw a punch at a teammate in a practice. I mean, it just cannot happen for a team that, let's be honest, a few years ago, Kevin Durant's last year, all those reports coming out of they didn't like each other, and I think that played a role in that team not winning a championship. Obviously, injuries played a big role as well, but the point being is Draymond knows better. Like, he's got to be a leader for this basketball team. It sounds like he might get suspended here. We'll wait and see what ends up happening. Chris Haynes here saying Draymond Green was apologetic in the aftermath of the altercation with Jordan Poole, but there was a buildup stemming from teammates noticing a change in Poole's behavior throughout camp, with the guard on the verge of securing a lucrative extension, sources tell Yahoo Sports. And again, I'm not saying Jordan Poole is blameless in this, but he's a young player trying to get a contract. He hasn't been around. It's not expected, but it makes more sense for there to be a lack of maturity, at least a little bit on Jordan Poole's side. Draymond Green's been here for over a decade. Talk some sense into, hey, Jordan, we need you to focus. The contract stuff will take care of itself. Can't throw a punch at the guy. That's just not acceptable for a teammate to punch another teammate. We'll see what the repercussions are, because I completely believe that there will be some based on what we are hearing. Do you think this fight's a big deal or not? Type Y for yes, type N for no. It's hard to say, right? You can't say it's not a big deal at all, because it's become a distraction. It's a big story in the NBA right now. Shams, Woj, all these guys are reporting on it. So I'm not going to say like a massive deal, but it's more yes than no in my opinion. You don't need these distractions as you're trying to repeat as NBA champions. And by the way, a very loaded Western Conference. So Y for yes and for no. Let us know what you guys think. And let's continue with Jordan Poole here. His contract drama escalating as we get closer to opening night. Chris Haynes added that, or we mentioned that teammates have seen a change in his behavior with the potential deal coming. I wonder what they mean by that. Do they mean he's being cocky, or he's getting frustrated that he's not getting that deal? I don't know. If it's a cocky in a sense of entitlement, yeah, I can understand wanting to shut that down if you're Draymond and Steph. But again, you can't punch the guy. At the same time, I also understand from Poole's side of things, hey, I got to get the bag, man. I'm trying to secure generational wealth, and he earned it, right, with what he's done in his development over the past couple of years. A couple of years ago, had a mini breakout with 12 points per game, but then last year took another step. I mean, he was kind of mini Steph Curry, if we're being honest, with almost 19 points per game. And even ramped up the percentages in the playoffs. The volume went down, but 51% from the field, 39% from three. He played a vital role to this Warriors team winning yet another championship. So I understand him wanting to get a contract. He has earned it. I've said on this show before, I'll say it again, if you have to choose between Jordan Poole or Draymond Green over the next 4 or 5 years, I'm picking Jordan Poole. That is just the simple fact of the matter. Now, I don't think this situation is going to make you make a decision right now. I think they'll both be on the team this year, and they'll have to coexist. But hopefully, cooler heads prevail, and this becomes a story, on the back page of the newspaper, if you will, because right now it's story number one in the Bay Area. All right, coming up here in just a few moments, Klay Thompson, injury latest. He's been a little bit banged up. Obviously, he's had some major injuries over the past few years. Don't want to rush it, so we'll explore what's happening there. But first, I'll tell you guys about these sweet hoodies that are on sale for a limited time for just $65. Usually hoodies like this, $80, $90. Right now they're $64.99, and we're entering hoodie season. We're into the month of October. Basketball is back. Hoodie weather is back. Chatsports.com/thebay to get this hoodie that says the Bay. Great looking one, too, if you want to represent Dub Nation. Go check the comments, check the description, chatsports.com/thebay to get one of these sweet hoodies today. All right, Anthony Slater with a little bit of an update here when it comes to Klay Thompson. Warriors went through a live contact work. This was from yesterday. Klay Thompson went through it. Still unlikely to scrimmage tomorrow as the Warriors inch him along with 2 weeks before the opener. Steve Kerr added in his last presser as well that we're 13 days away. My guess is he'll be ready, but it's not something we can say yes or no on. And look, the reality is with Klay moving forward is the medical staff is going to have to manage him a little bit more. He's just had too many major injuries. He's into his early mid-30s now. There's probably going to be some scenarios where he doesn't play back-to-backs. I don't need to see Klay in the preseason. We know what he brings to the table. He was great in the postseason for this team a year ago, shooting 38.5% from three. No need to rush him back. There's just no need for it because A, this team is very, very deep, and B, you want him for the long haul, not just years and years to come, but for the second half of the season when the playoffs get here. So if you're having to load manage him early in the year with some minutes, maybe he even misses a few games, I'm okay with that. You got Jordan Poole, who's the perfect step in if he's going to end up being the sixth man. We'll see what the rotation looks like, but I'm not overly concerned. I just think the Warriors are playing this slow and, quite frankly, playing it smart because Klay Thompson, as we know, is an integral part of this team when it matters most, and that is in the playoffs. What do you guys think? Will Klay Thompson play in the opener? Will he be ready to go? Type P for play, type O for out. He will not. We'll see. I'll be optimistic and say he will, but no need to rush him. If he doesn't feel right, if the doctors don't clear him, then it's okay if he misses a few games to start the year. All right. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to Warriors Today. We promise some shout-outs coming up in a second, but be sure to subscribe. More Warriors news, rumors, game recaps, stuff like that to come as we progress through the season, so hit that big red button. But got to give some real one shout-outs to the real ones that got the comments in on our last video. Sons of the Phoenix, Jose Gabriel Santana. We got Nikki B, David Guillen, Marquise Robertson, Chua Lore. We got Kevin Tan, Ethan Green, Flu Wolf, and then Ernest Enos getting those comments in first. Shout-out to the real ones, all the real ones representing here on Golden State Warriors Today, which is why we bring you guys videos several days per week and why you should subscribe. All right, I'm Harrison Graham. We'll see you guys soon here on this channel.